What's up, y'all? It's Mr. Moment, aka Hev. This is Audio Adventures, a journey through time, episode Cipher, aka Zero. Right now with me, I got Couture, I got Yane, I got Rap God TDM, and we're gonna break down basically what this podcast is about. I really wanted to make sure that when I do this content, a lot of people do YouTube content and podcasts and all of that, just like for their own selves. But what I'm here to do is actually to educate you and everybody, and also shed light to what these artists do. But also as a nerd, and I'm gonna ask y'all right now: do y'all know about the Voyager discs, the Voyager records? I think they're called. So,
No,
peep
I haven't
game.
heard of it.
Back in the '70s, and as y'all know, the '70s was a different time musically than now. Um, NASA let not an asteroid, a rocket ship go. They launched a rocket in the '70s with two vinyl records like these, right? Made out of gold because gold doesn't deteriorate. Like, I don't know if y'all believe in aliens and stuff like that. Uh, but anyway,
I believe in the absence of evidence is
right.
not the evidence of absence.
Um, they made these records, these vinyl records, and for the people who need to know, I got that Wu Tang. But imagine this, but gold, solid gold. They took two of these, right? Put them on a spaceship, launched it into space in case any aliens or any intelligent life found it. Now, on these records, the first one, it was greetings in I think 54 languages, but basically every language in the world that was like, dominant or whatever you want to say. How to do that. But they also had what wind sound like, rain, water, or they had like natural sounds. It was like the first album was nature sounds. The second album was the most popular songs of the time. And as you can tell by my background with my flag, I love black people. And I found it disturbing that there were, I think the only black person on that album was Chuck Berry. And it was like, yo, if aliens came today talking about where's Chuck Berry at, I need to hear that new Chuck Berry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, hey, yo, let me tell you about some people I know. But me being like a teacher, I want to put the power in my students' hand. And also me, loving my people, I want to put it in Couture's hand, Yane's hand, God's hands, my hands, my kids' hands. I want to be like, okay, so if you only had 10 songs to send to an alien, what 10 songs would you pick? But me being an artist, it's like, well, all right, well, what albums? Because a album, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm gonna leave this open. Do you feel like one song can identify who you are, or do you feel like it's an album?
It can be both, in my
Okay.
opinion.
Which one do you think would be stronger, I guess?
Shit.
And this is
If I'm answering, I believe it's in the artistry. Like, say if it's the album, it's because more or less, like, if you're going to go off an album being an expression and not just a body of work just to sell, then the expression would be each song would be a part of yourself. If it's a complete album,
mhm,
if you're thinking about it that way. But like, a song can easily be a complete
right.
expression of yourself too, like, or at least at the current moment, because times change, seasons change, feelings too. So I don't know. It depends on your state of mind at the state of when you making the art that you're trying to present, whether album or song,
I feel that.
single or what.
Yane, what you think?
I would say an album.
I just feel like you have more songs to kind of express yourself and who you are and what you talk about, your message. So I would say an album, me
That's cool.
personally.
Couture, what you think?
Yes, I would say an album as well. I think it could be both, but I think an album gives you more, um, well, gives a stranger that never heard your art before, um, just more access to connect,
Hmm.
right? Because like one song just doesn't do it all the time. Like you might think it, you might connect with it as an artist, but your listener, right? Like if I could play 10 songs versus one, it would definitely be
Right,
10,
right.
you know? So album for sure.
Nah, I feel that, and that's honestly why this podcast, like this audio adventures, is like I want to teach you because and this is the inverse, and this is why God. I don't want to say why because I don't know, but I think this is the point that he's making. Like some people don't have the attention span to hear a whole album, but also if you make the music you want, you can put your whole self in one song. Like I think if I go back,
See, real quick. See, I wasn't thinking of connection. See,
well,
and that's my problem because I have a whole God complex. I'm not worried about the audience. I'm
well, that's
talking
what I
about
mean. To
just
present
your expression.
yourself,
Like,
but
I
that's
don't
what I'm
care
saying.
about
To
the listener.
present yourself,
Mhm.
they can either get it or not. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like
right.
if you um again, I don't want to. So this is another thing. Like as an educator, part of me doesn't want to include my friends because I know all of his music. And I'm a super so I could say something like, well, honestly,
I know exactly
I
what you
think
mean.
Soliloquy of Destruction. If somebody wanted to know who is Rap God TDM, I'd be like, listen. If I couldn't say listen to God Help Us, I'd be like, all right, well, listen. If they was like, I need one song, I'd give them that song. But then part of me be like, but how many? You know what I'm saying? But God help. But you know what I'm saying?
Open your
Even open
eyes.
yo, and even Angie knows that she likes that song. It was it was my
Oh,
it was my my alarm for a minute when I first met her. That was that was my alarm because I had to wake
open
up.
your eyes.
So,
It makes
but
sense.
anyway, but that's the thoughts that I want to get in because like what y'all know, especially as artists, nobody wants to hear a whole album no more. But I want to basically like do those like album reviews and sum up albums, but also break down the lyrics and the concepts. Like I talked to Couture. Like I said, I'm kind of mad at her because I thought it was like her life, but it was what she was experiencing through other people, which is I never even. Oh,
Yeah,
she
that's
is.
dope.
I encourage y'all to listen to each other's music, yo, because y'all is dope.
For
Yup, you
sure.
said you making me
You
want to
Absolutely.
you
hear
should
Hmm.
it.
like you and I'm really trying to get to these questions so I can because I don't know what y'all got going on today. I could literally spend the next 10 hours doing this.
Listen,
Wow.
you
I mean,
know what
I
I'm
and
doing.
see, you know what I'm saying? Like I know, and I appreciate you for being here despite what's going on. Like, because I was about to spiral
Listen,
because ain't nobody hit me back in a minute, and I was like, yo, I was like, I don't want to cancel this. I was like, I'm about to just do it for myself.
hey, that's why I was like, yeah, nah, dog. Like, I'm gonna just come down
Yeah,
here and
yeah,
do this
yeah.
Yeah.
shit.
So
I fuck up
I
that.
appreciate that. I appreciate Couture for being here. Y'all know, y'all don't know. This means the world to me, honestly. Like, cause I didn't want to do this on my own. I feel stupid, like talking to myself on the camera. I'm not one of those. It's about the
I feel you.
connection, which is about the music. You know what I'm saying? We write the music, and I feel like all of y'all can agree y'all write these albums. It's like y'all write songs, albums. We write these songs, albums to connect with people and to get out a message like, yo, this is what's going on, or these are our experiences. If we could if you had a choice to put your music on one of them records, you would want to. You know what I'm saying? Like you would want to put something there and you would want someone to
Mhm.
be like, yo, throw that couture on. You know what I'm saying? Like let me get into these questions real quick. so we can talk about it. Because basically, what I want to do now that we know about the golden records and like the mindset with this podcast is like, if it's the end of the world, what would you as an artist, what would you want your legacy to be? You know what I'm saying? What would you want your last statement to be? That's what I feel like, that's what we do music for, to make a statement, create a legacy, to pass on to the next generation. Even with like and Yane, I know you can talk a lot about this too. But with the Bible, you know what I'm saying? Like, there were so many people during those times, but there were only 66 books. So even if you break it down like that, like there's only 66 albums in the entire history of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody, and even though they did us dirty with the Dead Sea Scrolls and the Apocrypha, you know what I'm saying? But like, if you could only do six,
Come on,
if
come on,
you can only do 66,
come on. But you can't hide the truth though
you
from the
can
Most High's people. He
you
always gonna
cannot.
lead them to what they need. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
Exactly. So,
yeah.
but like, if you could, write your own story, how, like, what, Couture, because I know your discography way better, as I just shown. If you had to pick one project of yours to be in like the music library of all time, which one would you pick and why?
I think it would be Emotional Wrecked.
Yeah,
Only because I think I touch on so many areas of life, mental health. I'm like telling so many people's different stories that like I feel like it's so relatable, right?
I'm
And I
not
think
going.
it's things that people don't really like tap into and talk about. And it's what's going on today, you know. So I definitely would want that to be the album. If I could choose, that would be the album for sure.
I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna agree with you, but I'm gonna disagree with you because Geesh is amazing. That's some real hip
No.
hop. That's some real lyrical hip hop. But at the same time, and I'm glad that you said it, you're telling so many people stories. Me personally, I thought that was you. I was like, yo, oh my gosh,
Mm-mm.
she's going through all of this. I was
No, no,
like,
no,
I
no.
didn't
Like it
think
was
that's
so basically I was just the narrator for that
yo,
project. Now,
the
don't get me
way
wrong, like maybe a line or two from a song or
you
a
made it
segment from a
so
song I could connect with,
you made it so
but
real.
for the
And
most part the idea came from just like working the suicide hotline and being able to like transfer that information and not hold on to it because it was heavy stuff, especially I think it was like Trump got elected.
mm-hmm,
It was George Floyd was
mm-hmm.
killed. It was just so many. COVID was like I thought the world was ending. So I was just able to be a voice for like
So many,
the
yo,
people really in that time when
God,
everything was chaotic.
God, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you this bar, and she's gonna laugh. But
Hmm.
yo, this one bar in the song, I don't think it's emotional wreck the song, but she said, Supergirl broke my heart, so I went dumb and broke about three. I was like,
I know
yo,
it's some crazy lines in it
but like,
for sure.
Mm.
you know what that's like when it's like, oh, Joan played me out, now I'm slanging.
Hmm.
Yo,
Now
Hmm.
I'm crashing out.
I was like, yo, I was like, that's wild. But yeah, let me get to these questions real quick because y'all make me mess around and fan out. All right, that's why I wanted to avoid because it's already been a long. It
16
okay,
minutes.
good. All right, good. I felt like it was an hour. I was probably
I'm the
talking.
moderator.
I was talking to you for an hour. This is why I need you, yo, because I thought it was like an hour already. Because it's 53. I'm looking at the clock. Me, you, and your name
Oh,
been here. I was talking to you before I started to join. But this is why.
I'm still here. Just hold up.
All right, but we'll start. I'm gonna do it like this just to keep time. I only got 11 questions. I sent them to y'all. If y'all got them and all of that, I'm
Yep.
gonna just run through them real quick. We'll do it like this: Yane, Couture, Rap God. That's gonna be it. Cause like I said, like my whole point of even inviting y'all, because y'all know I'm an artist and I do music and stuff. I don't want to be one of them people on YouTube that just be saying like anything, like whatever they feel like. I want to show that, and I'm gonna keep this going. I told God this, that we gonna make it a series where instead of, because this is called episode 0 for me. So I got, basically this podcast is gonna be about me reviewing albums and all of that stuff. So like y'all albums, like Emotional Wreck, like Back to You, right, Yane? Yeah, all right. I ain't want to be wrong because I listened to
That's
Overcomer. Yo,
cool.
Overcomer was my theme song for like, like last year. Yo, I'm an
Yeah.
overcomer. Teach my hands to war on my feet. Yo,
And my
that was
familiar
my theme
faith,
for a
yeah.
minute. But and God know I already know his stuff. But I want to dig deep into that. I want to get like y'all perspectives. I want to like look at certain albums. Like I'm a huge Nas fan, and I know people don't like Nostradamus, but like I feel like this is the reason why I feel like Nas really put a lot of work into Nostradamus and blah blah blah. I can talk about that, but I don't know Nas personally. I can't ask him, but I can ask y'all about y'all projects and what y'all wanted. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like y'all are keeping me honest through what I'm saying. So it's not like y'all seen people on YouTube that just be saying whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be
Mhm.
that person. I'm not even doing this. Really, I'm not even doing podcasts and stuff. Like for me, I'm doing it because I want to show y'all off. Like I love y'all. I care about y'all, and like this is what I'm.
Hearts.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is what, you know what I'm saying. Like I'm a huge fan, and I want y'all. I want y'all voices to be heard, even if like my voice, because I'm not going to promote my mixtape or nothing like that. Like I want to promote the people that I care about. So that's what this is about. But we're gonna do it in the order of Yane, Couture, and then Rap God. So Yane, Couture, Rap God, what's your songwriting process?
Um, so it varies for me, especially now that I'm a mom of two.
Mm,
Sometimes it looks like me washing dishes and just playing instrumentals, and something will come to me and I'll be like, oh, that's fire. And I'll record on my little voice notes and I'll keep doing that until
Mhm.
I eventually have, a hook or a full song, even sometimes.
that's dope,
Sometimes
like a
that looks like
snowball.
me, yeah, sometimes that looks like me being intentional with my writing, like actually sitting down, having a message I want to talk about. I don't do that often. I want to get more into that. But for me, I've always been the type to just express what's on me, like what I'm feeling at the moment, what I'm going through. I turn on the beat and it begins to happen. I do want to point out though that I always ask the Most High God to give me the words to speak and to help me to articulate myself. I really can't take the credit because a lot of the times it's Him giving me the words um, to speak, and I'm able to just write it out. So
Amen.
yeah, that's me.
Tor, what's up with you?
Yeah.
So my writing process, I feel like I'm always writing. I'm writing in the car, like even in my head. Like I'm never like sometimes I'm actively,
Mm,
literally writing, but a lot of the times I'm formulating these songs from experiences, right? Interactions, what I see. Um so for me, like if I will wake up out of my sleep and I will write a line down
right.
so I don't forget it, right? And then I'll kind of like piece it all together. If I hear a song or if I hear a beat that I'm inspired by, I sometimes take those lyrics that I already come up with and I try to formulate the song there. If that's not working, sometimes I put on a fresh new beat and the song
Mm,
is made in that moment, right? It just comes pouring out. It really just depends on my connection with the producer, or if I'm producing the music myself. But yeah, I can write first and then put it to a beat, or I can listen to the beat first and then I can just, if it's really good and it really touches my soul, I can just like the lyrics just come pouring out.
that's dope.
So that's pretty much like
So
my
you make beats?
process.
My,
I do. Geesh, I produced that whole
I
album.
didn't
That was my
know
first album,
that.
and
Yo,
the
that's
makeup.
crazy. Cause that
Yeah.
sounds like, I'm sorry, I'm doing the fan thing. I'm gonna stop, but that sounds like some real like. Like, and it's crazy that you said that because you was all right. So I was like, you had to be like 20, 21.
Yes, exactly,
Yeah,
2012. But I had started working on the
that's
album
what I'm saying. Okay,
2010,
yeah, I was about
like
to say because
creating.
like I
Hmm.
was. That's why I'm trying to. I was trying to like go back, but I didn't know when you produced it because he gave me that. Mr. Hunt gave me that when I was like 20 or 19. I was like 19 or 20, and you're older than like you're like right.
Hmm.
Like I feel like you're like a grade above me. You were like a so because you
Okay.
was no, was you wasn't a senior when we met.
No, I think I was either a
Yeah,
sophomore
yeah,
or
and I was a
junior.
freshman, so you was like, yeah, that's why.
Hmm. Probably a sophomore. I had to be a sophomore because that was 2010.
Yeah, okay. No, it was like
Or
11.
no,
Yeah, it was like
2011.
11
I
or
don't know.
12. It
Somewhere
was
in
like
that.
11 or 12.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe 11 or 12 because I dropped the tape in
yeah,
12.
yeah.
So, and that was a junior.
Yeah, I was a sophomore. That's what I. Yeah, that's where I got the age from. I was a sophomore, so I
Okay.
was like, yeah. But you made the
Okay.
beats. That's crazy because it was like some real. It was really some like boom bap Philly. Like I don't want to say old school, but that was the time. Like that kind of sound. You could put that up
Hmm.
to, and I'm not gassing you. I swear I'm not gassing you when I say. But that same
No, we need to gas
no,
each
but
other.
because
This is
I'm speaking
good.
when I
Thank
say this,
you.
I'm speaking
Like,
facts. Like sonically, you're a producer, so you know you can sonically put up
Facts.
I don't want to pull up the song, but you can sonically put up one of your songs and put it next to I Get Crazy by Nicki Minaj and be like, oh, it's the same. You could tell it's the same era. And
right.
like your lyrics, like you could tell. I don't want to say you sounded because I don't think you sounded like Nicki on that, but like you can tell. To me, this is where I say I don't want to. To me, it's like the same level of like production, the
Wow.
vibe, the feel, the culture. Honestly, like, and I'm not
Right.
like, yeah, I'm from the Philly area and all of that, but it's just it was so. Geesh is amazing. Like,
Yeah, and Nikki, I mean, for real, she was a big influence growing up just in my art, right? Because she, to me, she just brought that animation
mhm.
back. It was like Missy Elliott, but like art,
But kind
like
of
she was
like
just different.
Missy
And
was.
she, the
I
Asian
feel like Missy was
culture.
kind of from what you're saying. Missy was kind of more like artistic, but Nicki kind of brought it and like I'll say with you because you're saying with you kind of brought it to like home for me, like the streets, like the yo your bars, yo. I don't even want to.
I appreciate you, Carl, for real.
but but let me get to the second. Wait, God, I don't even want to.
I appreciate you, Carl, for real.
but but let me get to the second. Wait, God, did you? God, what's your writing process?
All right.
I'm over here figuring out. Y'all niggas
Yeah.
got me wilding.
My writing process is like having 86 tabs open in Google Chrome. Uh, Honestly, it's just, how can I put it? All right, so if I don't have the beat playing, it's in my head. And then whatever I'm doing, no matter what it is, no matter where I'm at, I'm writing. So like I'll have one beat playing, I'll write until I lose all the feeling, and instead of pushing myself to go any further, because when I feel like it start losing like you start losing yourself when you start
Trying too
pushing it.
much. Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, nah. Yeah, so I'm like, all right, let me just move on to another beat and see if I can catch the feeling again. So I'll just keep the beats playing, go about my day, catch the feeling again. Up, there we go. And I write that. Now, if it's a new song, then I'll just start from there. Sometimes I'm just cycling through old shit that I already started writing, and it's like, oh, I gotta finish this, and it's like, oh, I know exactly how I'm gonna finish this, and then I just write 4 bars, 8 bars, whatever. Sometimes it'll be a whole song within like 20 minutes. Another time it'll be a whole 3 weeks before I finish a verse. It all depends on how I'm feeling it. If I get inspired, then that inspiration takes me really far.
Yeah.
About it.
And I'm gonna ask you. I'm not gonna ask you right now, because now you got me thinking. But all right, I'm gonna go. Uh, bless you, Couture, if you sneezed. I don't know, but But bless you anyway. Now, everybody, because I did this to Yane, and I think I did this to Couture. It's Touch turn. Everybody, watch his face, because we talked about this. Watch his reaction. This is the next question. Again, it's gonna go Yane, Couture, and Rap God. Is there a song or a line that you wrote that people didn't understand or they took it out of context? Here's the example. I'm gonna give one. I'm gonna give God one chance. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Are you gonna talk about that fucking what's the joint name? What's her name? Mariah? You gonna
What?
talk about that
No,
shit?
I don't know who that is.
No? Yes, you
Mariah?
do. It was your panel discussion.
Oh no, 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 no! That wasn't about music. No, that was about the community.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah. But she had that music question.
I don't know what music question, so I don't know.
You know what you how many? Remember?
That wasn't,
She was like, I mean, I
wait,
like
who'd you
it, but
say? You said Mariah?
her
No,
name
that
ain't
was
Mariah.
Shania. But Tut dropped the song um called "How Many," and in the song he said, "How many bitches is willing to ride?" No, how many niggas is willing to ride? How many? Yeah, how many bitches can we fit inside? Right? Yeah, yeah, cool, cool.
Yeah. How many niggas is willing to drive and how many bitches
Right,
can we
right,
fit
right,
inside?
right. And the girl said she didn't appreciate how he was saying bitches. And he was like, I said that. And this is why I asked him to like do the chance, because he actually taught me something in that. I learned a vocabulary word. He was like, I was being facetious. And I was like, the fuck this? In the back of my head, I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? What? And he was like, I wanted you to I wanted that to hit your ears so you can like listen to what I'm saying. And I was like, oh, this nigga is really smart. I was like, yo, he did that purposely.
To be honest though, to be facetious is to say something in a joking manner, but you're being serious. And I was saying it in a joking manner, but I am being highly serious with
Right.
what I was saying. But the use of the word bitch was just to literally catch people like her, so she can be like, "Well, I don't," and it's like, "Well, what am I saying?" And then she's thinking like, "Oh shit, okay, you're not just saying in general, you're thinking more subjective." I'm like, exactly.
So I replaced that in my vocabulary because of that conversation. I was like, oh shoot, like he's really smart. He did that on purpose. And he told her basically like, nah, I don't see like women or black women as like bitches. I just wanted y'all to pay attention to what I'm saying. It was like a call to arms for him.
See, my thing is, not all women are bitches, and not all bitches are
Mm-hmm.
women. That's I was all right. So I'm old. Like I would say this. I'm old. I was raised at a time where it wasn't a general term for women. It was never used as a general fucking term. It just became that over time in popularity and shit. And it was just like it was never meant for that. Like it's a classification. It's a certain specific subgenre of person, not woman, person. And then, well, that's another conversation
Right,
for
right.
another time
But
with more conspiracies and
that's
shit.
that's basically what this question. That's really where this question came from because I was sitting there, and that was what nine. That was like 9 years ago, and I was just like, "Yo, this nigga just blew my mind." Because I learned a vocabulary word, I learned a writing style. It was kind of like a shock value thing. I was like, "Yo, he just did that. You can do that. You can just say stuff for the shock value and like make people think." Uh, but to go back, Yane, is there anything that somebody, um, can I be a fan to you, real quick? No, to
Nigga.
Yane. No,
Sure.
to Yane.
I know, but I'm saying, why not?
Oh, you're echoing right now, I think.
Hello.
Yeah, I hear it.
But I'm gonna be a fan real quick, Yane, because all right. So the thing is, like, is there a song or a line that you wrote that could get taken out of context? I want to ask you, uh, as a friend, as a family member, even though we not blood, you my family. As an artist, but also as a fan of another artist. Why you this Schoolboy Q?
That was a minute
That
ago.
was
I
that
think
was an
that's because
hour
he
ago.
did
He
Delaware.
did. I know that, and you weren't wrong.
Wait a minute.
You weren't wrong.
Is that why you said look at his reaction?
Oh no, I asked you about your reaction because
No.
because of
Okay.
the Shania thing.
Uh oh.
Because I knew you knew that. But that's what I was saying with her. Look at her reaction. Because is all right. All right.
It was a long
I
time
got you,
ago.
Couture. She got to go in like 20 minutes. We're gonna wrap this up. But yeah, it was.
Yeah, yeah, same.
But explain that.
Um,
Because I feel you.
I was that's when I was doing music in the world. Number
Exactly.
one, I was still young, and I've been doing music for a long time, but I was still young, and he did
He did.
Delaware, so that's
The
just
whole
what
state.
it was. Like, you know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
I
You just Delaware, and I be tired of people playing with Delaware, making it seem like, nothing good comes out of Delaware, and we don't got nobody here, and it's nothing here, and it's like it's a lot of greatness here. It is. We just got to get it together with our mentality in this poverty spirit that's here. This cycle, we got to break that. But other than that, it's definitely greatness in
I
Delaware. I mean, I'm
I
here.
100 exact. I'll say I 100% agree. When I seen it, I was like, "Yo, what?" Because I love Schoolboy Q. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, "Yo, let me figure this out." And I was like, "Oh, you can't." Yeah, I would do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I be telling my students,
Yeah.
and watch God's reaction. Now, I still got beef with Lil Durk because he dissed Northtown. He dissed where I'm from. Remember, because the Corey John. Exactly. Exactly. Yo, my students, we have middle schoolers
I'm
come up,
sorry.
Mr. Moment, yo, you like Lil Durk? I was like, no, I like Lil Durk. They were like, why? Because he dissed my town. I ain't rocking with. They were like, you.
I forgot. That's why. I forgot that was the connection. Yo, I forgot.
I'll never forget that. Because one, Corey's my cousin, and even though Corey's my cousin, I was like, I'm not rocking with. You're not gonna do that. They dragged us through the mud. But I just wanted to say that. But anyway, Yana, was there a line or a song that got taken out of context for you? Because I'm gonna wrap this up for Couture.
Um, I would say my songs is pretty straightforward. I don't think people can take it out of context. I think some people probably wouldn't understand what I'm saying if they don't understand what I'm saying.
That's fair.
but but nah, I don't think I have that issue.
I'll say this as a joke, and I'm not sure. I think it's still out. I'm not sure, but they'll probably take 2K18 out of context in 2025. But that was a fire song. That was a fire, yo, yo.
No, it still stands. It still stands. It's just a
It
different
was a
year.
timepiece.
But yeah,
Couture, what about you?
you bringing up
Cause
old
I'm a
stuff.
fan, yo. I'm really a fan, yo. Like I'm trying to tell you. But this is what I want to show. Like I feel like this is what, and I'm trying to stay away from this word, but I'm gonna say it. But this is what the problem is with the oversaturation of music is. You don't get a chance to spend time with the artist and understand like their past, their history, every like I don't want to say every little thing, but like basically like understanding what they want to put out. I would hate for somebody to be like, "Yo, Yane Couture, Rap God T, I'm a whole fan of you," and you be like, "Yo, name my song," and they like, um, like So I just want to bring back that appreciation for being with that artist through, you know what I'm saying, like Rap God, and we talked about this earlier, Yane, so we don't have to do the whole thing, but he got a whole album that he don't appreciate as an album because it was like a playlist of songs. But before I knew him, I thought this was his album. And I'll be stuck on that, like, yo, that joint was fire. He was like, nah, it wasn't it. He mad at it, but I'm like, yo, that was the album. I thought it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, so let me get to this. All right, so here we go. When you think about an album or mixtape, do you think about the name, the concept, or just write songs until it all comes together? So like when you write like Emotional Wreck, when you write Back to You, when you write God Help Us, Like, did you come up with the name first? Did you start writing songs? Did you come up with like, oh, I want to write an album about this, and then it came with a name later? How did you come up with your albums? We're talking Yane, then Couture, and then God.
Um, okay, I don't think she got the answer. Couture got the answer to the other question. I just wanted to put that out
Did
there.
you
I
about the
actually
writing
didn't hear her
process?
response.
Oh no, yeah, the
No,
context.
she did that.
Oh, somebody took it out of
Yeah, yeah.
context.
I'm sorry. Thank you. Oh my God, thank you so much. Go ahead, Couture.
Yeah, okay.
You're on mute. 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 Oh, there we go. Go.
Sorry about that,
I'm
y'all.
so
I
sorry.
saw
I
my bad.
apologize.
You already kind of mentioned it earlier with emotional wreck, like your response. When I dropped the album, so many people text me to check in on me. um because they thought like I was going through those things, and I had to pretty much like do a disclaimer. Like, I think during the time of COVID it was hard for all of us, so I was going through things because I thought the world was ending too, but I was being more of a pillar for the rest of the world. So I couldn't even like grieve and process what was going on myself. So specifically the
Yeah.
song Emotional Wreck
Yo,
off of the Emotional Wreck
that was
album, people like really was calling my phone and was like, yo, are you good? Like, what's going on? Like, I've never heard like your music. This is not usually like your type of music. Like, what's like, and then you're in a whole new
right.
city.
You
Like,
not
are you
even
okay?
city, because again,
Um,
I just want to stress this enough. You're from Philly and you moved to
yeah,
Colorado. That is a distance.
yes.
That's not like
Yeah, and I
that.
drove by
That's
myself.
not like
Yep.
me
Jeez.
being from like Philly, Norristown, and moving to Delaware. Like you
Right.
moved to. Mm.
I know that was a big, that was just like a, it felt like do or die in the moment that I made the choice, you know? It was like you either stay here and you be in the same circle, you keep doing the same thing, you know, have the same audience, or you go somewhere where you're going to be totally uncomfortable and you're going to have to basically like introduce your brand, right? And I noticed like that's what it's all about. So like Denver is not my last stop. I'm going to go here. I'm going to live here. The goal is to really like go overseas and live, right?
Hmm.
Primarily like
You should.
Asian
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm
continents
glad you
or
said
the
that.
Asian continent.
That's all I'm gonna say though, because we
So
got time. I gotta. We got. Yeah. Go ahead though.
no, for sure we're gonna lock
I
in
really.
for
I
sure,
want
and
y'all to
like
come
you
back. I
know,
really appreciate this. I really, y'all don't know how much. Y'all
yeah,
know how
you
much I
already.
appreciate this. I already know, but just for everybody else, what made you, or even if you want to, because I know you got to go soon. I'm talking too much. Um, how did?
Yes.
Are y'all okay if I just go through the rest of the questions with Couture, and then y'all can answer y'all like later if y'all got time?
Hey, do your thing.
You cool? Too?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
sorry,
fine.
didn't.
I didn't
I
know it
told.
was gonna
I
be
said I
like
wasn't
this
trying to have
long,
it this
so
long. We're way longer than I wanted to be. Because again, I knew I was going to be a fan. I was like, but all right, yeah. So, what made you not just emotional wreck, but tell that, please tell that, because you already talked about it a little earlier. But even with Geesh, even with the breakup, it's bigger than rap. Everything. Like, what was your process on how you created these projects?
They literally, I'll go with the Emotional Wreck. They started off
Mm,
as singles, and it seemed to all fall in the same category, right? So sometimes I'm writing multiple albums at once. For example, I have like 5 projects right now, and I just pretty much deposit songs, you know, as I write them and I see fit. Some are just singles, right? Right now my main focus is just singles. So even if I'm writing an album, like that goes in the tuck, right? Or I might take a single that does really well and like, oh, this can be on this album. But yeah, that's pretty much my process. I think it starts as a single first, unless I'm at a point now where I've already like Geesh, that was more of I knew like what I wanted to do with it, right? I knew I wanted to
yeah,
sample Biggie, I wanted to sample MC Light. I really wanted to like embody the 90s and that old school sound and mesh it with who I am and what I've learned and you know everything I was influenced by. So that more started off, I knew that was going to be a project before it was a project because like I had an idea. But after Geesh, I would say like I just think I'm theme oriented, right? Like I love like writing I can write a whole album
Yeah.
off of
Okay.
one word, right? So yeah, for me, it just really just depends, but yeah, like I'm more album oriented than I am single oriented because I love like themes and just like telling a story and that
I
whole
dig that.
process. I think it's
All right. Let me
beautiful.
let me fire through these real quick. This is all you right now. Couture. What do you
Yeah,
love
for
most
sure.
about what you do? Is it the recording? Is it the performing? Is it the writing? Is it just even putting out the music? What's your favorite portion?
It's definitely the process for
Like
me,
the
and the
writing?
hardest
I'm
part
saying
is
what
putting it
part of the
out.
process? Like,
Um, yeah,
what's your favorite?
the writing
Oh, because you
and
make beats.
production,
See, I
like
don't
for
make beats, so that
starting with a
wasn't on my
clean
list.
slate. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, so for me, it's just really just opening up that blank page and like starting from nothing
Mm,
and creating like a full song, right? From start to finish. I love that process of, building my kicks, building my hi-hats, synthesizers, and playing the keys and that whole thing, and then making that
the
song
kicks
and it
is the
sounds so
beats. I
beautiful.
said
It's
for people
like,
who don't know, because we
huh?
for people who don't, it's the beats, it's the
Oh,
drums. You know what I'm saying? The hi hats is like the.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like she's talking about putting together the
Mm-hmm.
elements, because my, my students be slow.
Exactly. So I love that piece. And then after I create the song, the words just pour out and I'm
That's
able, boom, I have a song. That's really, I love the whole
so
process
it's the
of
song
creating a
creation
song.
process, and because you make beats and stuff.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? All right, so here's another question. Um, and this is deep. This kind of goes back to what I was saying in the first question. Uh, would you rather be known for an album or a song? And when I say that, a lot of people in hip hop, I'll say, because I can only speak for hip hop. I do plan on going to different genres, but a lot of people know Joey Badass for that 1999 mixtape that he made. But and with
Hmm.
all of us being from like the Philly, Delaware area, you know, we all know Asher Roth because of I Love College. What would you rather? Who would you rather be
Hmm.
if it had to be 1999 mixtape or I Love College the song?
I would definitely would go with a single because I just think it's easier to promote, to perform. It's just like somebody can pay you
Just to do that song.
just the
Right,
regular
right.
fee to perform one song, right? Because like, especially if that's something that they know and that's like your hit song, I just feel like that's the goal, right? To get that one hit song to draw people to all of
Mhm.
your music. So I would definitely have to go for this. So I would love for people to tune in and love my whole album initially, but that's just not realistic, right? For like I do have people that love my music and they'll listen to like anything I put out
Yeah, yeah.
albums, but I'm saying like
Nah.
generally, right? That's not very common. Like you want to keep dropping singles until you get that banger. And once you have that number one song that everybody loves, they're going to go back and go through your catalog.
Okay. All right. Let me get to these because we got like 2 minutes. All right. So what's one thing that you want people to know about your artistry that they don't yet?
It's bigger than rap, right? So like my whole thing is like I'm really big on the international. Like it's worldwide. Like the United States is just a small piece,
Mm.
right? Like I'm trying to tap into India, China, everywhere, really. I mean, primarily like Asia because like I rap in Mandarin
I was gonna
Chinese and
ask you
Japanese.
still know because when
Yes,
we met,
I
you
do.
knew you still know because I Kushong
Yeah.
the Lao. Yo, that was
哭丧的老 是
yo,
哭
that's her
丧的
tag. Like I'm gonna
sensei.
say
You
her
already know
tag, but
that's
like
my
that's
stamp.
she was like Kushong the Lao on her. I was like, yo,
Yeah. So you know it's me, right?
yeah.
Like so everybody like pretty much knows like that's my stamp. You know, like if you hear that, like I'm about to come in. Couture is about to fry
Mm-hmm.
this shit. You feel me? Um, so yeah.
Nah, I get that. Nah, I appreciate you. All right, let me keep going because I got.
Yeah,
All right,
I got you. I got you. No worries.
I'll say yeah because I'm trying to burn through. Okay, so I said that. Oh, can you define your musical style? You kind of already did, but like,
Mm. Yeah, it's kind of undefinable, really. I try not to put myself in a box. I would say if I had to define it, it would be
mm,
unorthodox. Like that's the word to define it.
I like that. Hold up. I'm trying to see if I can skip some questions. Oh, nah, this is important. All right, because I got some students that they want to get into music and stuff. So my thing is, what would you want listeners or fans to know about your path as an artist, or the path in general to like find what you want to do? So like on this path, like everybody think it's cool to be like, oh, I'm gonna just start rapping and I'm gonna make.
Hmm.
What do you want them to know if you really like pick up this pen? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like if you decide to take music seriously and pick up the pen and like really want to be an artist, you have to know that it's going to be a lot of disappointment, and you can't really take it personally, right? I think when you take it personally, that's how you get trapped in, like, well, not trapped, but you forget like why you're doing it. I think you have to keep your why. That's number one. Like, whenever, if you pick up the pen, you have to always know like why you're doing this, and like what the ultimate goal is for picking up the pen, right? It's just not to do it because you want to be popular or you want to fit in or you want to make money. It's like, for me, I'm going to be doing music for the rest of my life, right? No matter what direction it goes, no matter who knows me. But the goal is to put it out so it can touch at least one person, right?
Like me.
So yeah, I think that would be my biggest thing. Like, know your why, and whatever happens, like, don't take it personally, because like once you start doing that, it's going to like kill your hope. It's gonna, like, it's like poison,
Hmm.
right? Um, so yeah, you just gotta stay focused, keep your why, and whatever somebody tells you, like, that doesn't necessarily, it's not necessarily true. And that can go both ways. Somebody telling you like your music is amazing and somebody telling you your music is shit. Like, you can't fall on either side, right?
Right.
You gotta like stay grounded and stay humble.
Nah, I feel that. I feel that. I appreciate that. We can skip the ninth question because that's kind of both for that. Um, so now because of what happened last year, we already know. What's your take on ghostwriting and writing for other artists, and how do you feel like that would affect like an album?
Honestly, in the beginning, I was for doing everything myself, but as I learned in this industry, and just when you look at like amazing albums, it's not just one person. Um, I think that collaborative effort is needed sometimes to create something really, really good. Like, yeah, you can be on every track as an artist and have your input, but I think the goal is to bring other people in, right? So they can fill a part and so they can add whatever they're thinking. Like, you can't be selfish.
Mm.
Because I think that's just not what music is for.
You just inspired me real quick for another episode, so I'm gonna bring you on that. But because
Okay.
one of my favorite, like, it wasn't just because of what happened last year with Drake and Kendrick. Hold
Hmm.
on, but and I'm not a Drake fan, but at the same time, and this is why I brought it up, and you just brought this to my mind. One of the things that I said was that I thought it was wild with the Drake and Meek thing because everybody started hating Meek because he said that Drake didn't write his own music, but they were like, "But it's
Right.
good," and
Hmm.
that was and I was just like, "Yo, but he don't write his own stuff." You know what I'm saying? Like that was like the, but uh, with what you just said, and this is going to be the title of the episode. I'm going to talk to you to be on it specifically because that was a brilliant aspect that you put. Uh, I'm going to call it "We Are the World" because to put out a
Hmm.
song for the world, it does take that collaborative effort. It does take different perspectives. It does take different people to like as an art like me, you, we all have our own like perspectives and visions, but it
Hmm.
does help to get that extra help. You know what I'm saying? And
Heck yeah.
I didn't I didn't think about it like that. But this is why I brought people on to have other like to do this. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
And then just like as an artist, like, you're already like in the build up, you're already doing your own material, right? You're already writing and trying to get to that level. You're already, that's where I feel like the bulk of your heart
Right.
is in the music that you want to get known for, right? And then once you are known, I feel like if you're on a big enough level, like it's only but 24 hours in a day.
Right.
Like if you're touring, if you're doing this, you have to have a team that can, shoot you these ideas, or you're gonna, it's no way. It's not humanly
Or even
possible
like
to do
or
everything.
even like trimming the fat on what you wrote, or like, you know what I'm saying, like somebody,
Mm-hmm.
you don't need to
Yeah,
say that.
polishing it
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah. And it's crazy because that's part of me, because you that we I put "We Are the World" on my episode, John, because I think that's what I'm gonna title the episode. But anyway, my thing is that during that Drake and Meek thing the first time, I
Mm-hmm.
literally, because my cousin, he bought J. Cole, and I'm a huge J. Cole fan. That's my he's he's my second favorite rapper. He's right there after Nas,
Nice.
before Kendrick, second favorite. He got 2014 Forest Hill Drive. So when Meek was
Mm-hmm.
literally live tweeting, talking about Drake don't write his music, and I was like, "Yo, cuz, give me your." He bought the CD, opened up the CD. He got writers on this joint.
Mm-hmm.
But 2014 Forest Hill Drive is the first album in hip hop history since, I think, since Illmatic, to go platinum without features. So he
Mm.
has writers but no features.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
Same
like,
thing.
so I'm like, and I'll never say anything negative about J. Cole. But at the same
Right.
time, when your perspective is that you have to think about the product. Sometimes it takes a sample. Sometimes it takes somebody polishing, or, you know what I'm saying, doing your thing. So I
Absolutely.
I, I appreciate that perspective, because I never would have thought about that, to be honest. So, all right, the last
Cool.
question is, oh, this is good. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. But basically, tell me, what's the difference between a legend, an icon, and someone who's popular. And if you want, you can give names, like,
Hmm.
to make the example.
Yeah, I think I'll probably do names. So to me, like, hmm. A legend, I feel like a legend and an icon can be very similar. As far, and like I feel like somebody just being popular, or like I feel like, okay, so a legend, I'm gonna just put legend and icon together. You have people like Stevie Wonder,
Mm,
Prince, Whitney Houston, those those are Michael Jackson, right? Like I feel like a legend, icon are people you're only gonna get one of,
mhm.
like a Chris Brown, right?
Thank you.
Where
Yeah.
they're so dynamic in their artistry, that it just can't be duplicated.
Mhm.
Beyonce, right? Those are, when they're gone 200 years from now, I feel like their name is still gonna
And that
ring,
goes back
right?
to, but that goes back to, I'm not cutting you off, but that goes back to the whole thing about the Voyager disc, and who would still be here if aliens came
Mm-hmm.
down and was like, "We got this golden thing. Who are
Mm-hmm.
Where's your Beyonce?" You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that goes back to that
Absolutely.
longevity. Nobody's looking for
Yep.
whoever
And
made the
that,
Cotton Eye Joe.
yeah, so that's those are the people that I consider like legends or icons, or Missy Elliott, right?
Yeah,
People's music, that people who make timeless music, right? And I consider to put myself in that category because
definitely. Yeah.
when I listen
I mean,
to my music from 2012,
yeah.
2010, it's still relevant,
I was
So
Personally, me being biased, I would definitely say that. But not
I know you compare me to like the
that's
greats. I
what
was like, whoa,
yo,
I didn't
even
even
I
like.
forgot. And honestly, that's my fault. I apologize. The Biggie samples with the dreams, like that, you
Hmm.
definitely, you can tell that you didn't copy, but you
Hmm.
emulated. And that's why I think that's where I came up with the Nicki thing, where you were like projecting Biggie energy on, like,
Hmm.
but with the Philly style in
Hmm.
2010. So that's why I said the Nicki thing, because that's kind of what Nicki was doing too. I feel like, I don't know,
Hmm.
but I feel like that's what it was. Like, you had that. that Biggie energy, and I was like, yo, she can spit. I was like, yo, but
I appreciate you,
no,
Carl, for real.
you put legend and icon together. Can you
Hmm.
separate the? All right, so I'm a try because I get it with someone who's popular. I'll say it like this. Uh, Hold on, I'm trying to think of the icon because that's what I'm. These are questions that I ask myself. So like, as of now in 2025, Drewski, I would say is someone who's popular, right?
Hmm.
An icon would be Chris Tucker. A legend would be like Eddie Murphy, where it's like you see that longevity, you see that cultural impact.
Mm, mm,
I
Okay.
know.
mm,
I didn't want to
mm,
say Chris Tucker. I feel
mm,
like that's where you, because I feel like
mm. No, I mean, no, the Chris Tucker is an icon. You're right, but see, if you wanted to
yeah.
be more specific, so legend would be Richard Pryor, icon would be Eddie Murphy
Hmm.
At this time,
at this time.
all right. Well, all right.
Who's Eddie Murphy's hero?
You're
Who's Eddie
you're
Murphy's hero?
100%.
And who's everybody else's hero who views Eddie
Who's your
Murphy as a
favorite?
hero, not even by proxy,
Yeah, yeah.
directly.
And we'll get.
So
We
it's
can
still
dive in a
Richard.
Got
little
a
bit.
nice walk today.
Let me
Thank you so
let me
much.
finish
I
the story
appreciate
because
Of
it.
course,
I'm
he
10 minutes over time with her.
it's pretty
Yeah, I do.
empty.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
good.
yeah.
Thank
There you
you
go.
so
Yeah.
No,
much.
you're
I just
right.
had to
And
Have a
interject
great
because
day.
I
I needed people to
appreciate
know
that.
that.
That's why I want you here. That's why I want you here because I appreciate that. Because I didn't want to like. I was trying to just like grab real quick. But yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right, right. I
But
feel you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I like that. But so could you and this is so hard because like especially as artists and musicians, we don't want to like downplay nobody or whatever. But like could you do a like a bracket of who you would say is a legend, who would you say was an icon? Like, okay, the reason why I came up with this question when Whack 100 said that Biggie and Nipsey weren't legends because they didn't have a body of work, like a bigger body of work. I was like, oh, but I kind of, me personally, I kind of felt that where it's like Nas is my favorite rapper, and even before the 2020 run, it was like you can see like even like I'll say from 94 with Illmatic to Life is Good in 2012, you got to see him progress. And it sucks like, and that's one thing that on my social black like my black power thing, I'll be like, a lot of people don't let black people grow. We don't get to grow and develop and evolve. Just like how they say like Malcolm Little, if an unarmed if a police officer killed Malcolm Little when he was 16, we never
Right.
would have got Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's like who was Malcolm Little at 16, 17, 18, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you can't call you it's not the same. So like, could you categorize one person who you would say is a legend, one person you would say is an icon, who's like on the rise? I would say that that's like a on the rise or like whatever, whatever. And then the person who's popular who probably would who might fizzle out if they don't make connections with the culture or with society. I'll say not the culture because I don't want to be too hip hop centric, but you know,
Like today?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like or
Okay.
like well from all time, but like categorize it to someone who has that like body of work, someone who's like doing the work, and someone who just started and might have some fire. That might be a better way.
Okay. So I would say, hmm.
It can be anything like music, artists, as far as like actors, comedians. It can be anything, honestly. If
Okay.
that makes it easier. As long as they're in the same like field.
Category?
Yeah.
Mm, That's really hard to do, I
And,
think. But I'm gonna try it here
and I'm only asking
to
this
so y'all
question.
can
I'm only asking this question to help my students.
know for
Yeah.
sure. So a legend, right? I would say like James Brown,
Hmm.
right? An icon, Usher,
I
Mm,
feel you.
Chris Brown.
hmm.
Somebody just popular, any artist you hear on the radio. I'm
Yo,
just kidding.
you did that
You feel me?
perfectly.
Like
That was,
to me, like a little Dirk, is popular. Like I
yeah,
don't see like just me, like if you're a diehard Dirk fan, like yeah, of course you're gonna think his music is gonna stand the test of
Right.
time. But I don't personally think so. And that's not hating. I think he's a crafty
nah, I'm
artist,
hating. I'm
he
hating Dirk. You ain't doing it right now.
but you like that's how I would
Yeah,
line it up if I could
that
if I could do something
that
real
was
quick.
perfect because that that's basically what I wanted. Cause like, have you ever heard of You Know Miles?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I think I told Tut about him. I had students in eighth grade coming up to me talking about Mr. Moment. He's a legend, and I'm like, nah, bro. Like
No.
it's like saying perfect example. It's like saying Soldier Boy in 2007 was a legend.
Mm-mm. Right.
Now Soldier Boy in 2012 might
Yeah.
be an icon.
Well, I
Hmm.
would give Soldier Boy, he's an icon.
That's what I'm saying.
Only because like he cracked like
But
basically nobody was doing
we
YouTube.
didn't
He
know that.
blew
We
YouTube
didn't know
up.
that when he was doing it.
It was later.
That's what
Right.
I'm saying. In 20 like 12, 16, whenever he had that interview, and for me, I was like, oh shit, you right. I was like, oh, you right, Soldier. Because back then we was like, oh, it's fun, but nah, he's not. Da, 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 da. But that's what I'm saying. Like back, like you said with Dirk and being popular, and I'm not saying that because I'm beefing with him. But like you got to have that longevity. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the wild thing with Whack 100 said with Biggie, because everybody I feel like would say Biggie's a legend, but he was like, "How you a legend with only 2 albums?" Pac had like six, if I'm not. Correct me if I'm wrong. Tut. Is it? It's between 4 and 6.
But I feel like
Or
with some
before he
artists,
died.
it really just depends on the type of artist you are. Like Lauryn
One
Hill,
album.
right? She only made one album, but that reign for it still goes today,
Right.
right?
So wait,
So even if you make six
It's about
albums and you
cultural
have that
impact.
one album that just hit,
exact. It's the
you're
impact.
yeah, it's the impact. There you go. But guys, I do have to go. It was a
I
pleasure
appreciate you
talking,
so much for
Carl.
being
Nice
here.
meeting you
Yeah,
too.
nice meeting you, Rap God. Yane, I know you're not on, but thank you for having me. Whenever you want to lock in, and when I have a little bit more time, we definitely
I'm gonna
can,
hit you up.
chop it up a little bit
I'm gonna.
longer. But it was definitely nice talking to y'all, Carl. Make sure you connect me with
I
them.
will. I'm gonna
Your
send you. Yeah, yeah.
IGs,
I'm.
if y'all, yeah, just so I can listen to your art and your music and just give, like how it made me feel. Just pretty much what we're doing
Yes,
now. I'm
say
definitely
less.
gonna check y'all
I'll
out.
connect y'all. Thank you so much for being here, Couture. I
All
really
right.
appreciate it.
You
Thank
too.
you for sure. Y'all have a good rest of
It
your
was
day,
nice
okay?
meeting you. Sure.
All right.
I
Nice
really
meeting you as well.
appreciated hearing your just like your stories and your outlook. It was really beautiful getting to know you. I want to listen to
Same.
you now that, that I got to know you a
Oh,
little bit.
awesome, awesome. Well, I'm definitely gonna listen to y'all. So please check my music out. Follow me on Instagram. That's my main platform at number one KHATURE. I'll definitely show y'all some love and check your music out.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Sounds
send
good.
it.
All right,
I got
later.
y'all.
No, no, I'm not follow you already.
All right.
All right.
So we gonna I'm gonna run it back. We might as well just keep doing one at a time. God, you know you my homie, you
Mm-hmm.
my brother. So I'm gonna go
Good.
Yane first.
Nigga, nigga, I'm about to
even
order.
even though I feel like I know where you about to be at with it, but I'm
Nigga,
gonna
I'm about to
still,
order food and
I'm gonna
backwoods
ask
right
Yane
now.
first.
So go ahead.
All right. You were saying how you get or you might get taken out of context based on what you were talking about in your music because of the music that you make. Um, what I was gonna
Yeah.
ask you now instead of this other question, trying to find it. Basically, define your musical style.
My musical style,
Oh, let me
I
ask
mean,
you.
I guess I
Hold
would.
on. Hold on. Let me ask you this
Mm-hmm.
because uh I see you and I feel you, but do you consider yourself a Christian, a Hebrew, or something else?
So I consider myself a follower of Christ, a daughter of the Most High God, and I do consider myself as a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So that would be an Israelite.
Thank you.
I do consider myself as that. An Israelite is not a religion. It's not
It's a
a
bloodline.
doctrine. It's an actual bloodline, right? It's a bloodline. So I do consider myself that as far as religion goes. Um, I followed the Messiah to my best ability according to truth, which is in the Word of God, the Bible. So that's the best way for me to put it. I don't ascribe to, I wouldn't call myself a Christian. I mean, I would, depending on a person's understanding of what that is.
But most
Somebody
people
would
don't.
relate that to a religion and what they see in the world today, and some people will relate that to being an actual follower of Christ. Now, with that person, I resonate with them. I would consider myself a follower of the Messiah and who he is according to the Bible, not who he is according to what people be saying he is nowadays, and so
Mhm.
so yeah.
I feel you. So now, can you, now that we got that clear, can you define your musical style? Because I feel like that's a, you don't, in my opinion, I don't think you do like quote unquote gospel music.
Okay. Can I ask you a question
Yeah.
before I answer your question? Is that Does that feel like kind of confusing? Like you can't really is do you feel like listening to my music you don't understand or you don't really it's the message is not clear as far as like where I stand?
No, I love your music. I get it. Like I said, with the Overcomer, that was that was low key like my theme last year. Even because of you, because of you. I can't remember the title. Is that Overcomer? That's not Overcomer.
That is Overcomer.
Okay, cool. I was like,
Yeah.
cause that, yo, nah, cause like when I was trying to run and like I don't say trying to, I was running like to lose weight and stuff. That is
Mhm.
like a theme. I'm an overcomer. Teach my hands to war. Run. Like I was using that to like, encourage me. So like I don't say that like to put you in a box, but I feel like I'll say for me, growing up in the church, leaving the church, and then kind of understanding spirituality and like what you were saying with the Israelite. That's why I didn't say it. I said Hebrew. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to see if you was going to say it. But it's a bloodline. We're a tribe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Mhm.
for people who don't understand, and like I tell my fiance, because she's on the same type wave as you, like the same, I don't want to say wave or time, or she, y'all's here with it. But
Uh-huh.
for someone who is ignorant, and you know how that is, you know what I'm saying? Because like you made the change and you learned and all of that.
Yeah.
Hearing like Christian rap, gospel music, you know what I'm saying, the quote unquote thing, you think it's supposed to be one way, but like your music has the same message, but it gets to the people. Like it
Mhm.
really like
Mhm.
I'm not someone who was in my mind, gospel music was church music. It was only on Sundays. It was only when we pulled up to the church. Like that's my
Mhm.
life. But you make music that I can hear anytime when I'm running, when I'm chilling. If I got you on shuffle, I don't skip nothing you do when I'm on shuffle. You might be after Gorilla Zoe. like, like yo, like so that's what I'm saying when I like I don't
Yeah.
know what you say your music is, but like I'm asking define your musical style for people who
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you. I get what you're saying now. I would say honestly, I can't put a certain genre on it because I'm the type of person where I put out what I'm experiencing, what I've experienced, or what I'm feeling, right, or what I know. And also sometimes it's like it's what I get from the Father. You know, like I'm asking him to speak through me, give me those words to speak. So that's what comes out. So I can't put a specific genre on that. And I think why it sounds different from your traditional gospel music is because I wasn't raised up in the church. I never, have been taught how to play church. I grew up in the streets. So that's where I'm coming from. And the Father he transformed me at the heart. And so that's what you're experiencing now. You know what I'm saying? That him taking me from this to this. You know what I mean? And so that's why my delivery is the way that it is.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I wouldn't be able to put a specific style on it. I guess I would just say truth music because I'm telling the truth through my music.
I'm I'm
So
glad you
yeah.
said that. That's you see my face light up because you know that the word gospel literally means truth.
Yeah.
Like that's it's crazy that you said, but because of how we're programmed, this is like the lie that they
Mhm.
told us. We think like I told my fiance because she plays gospel music all the time, and I'd be like, it's Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? Like, my brain will be like that. But she'd be like, what you mean you don't listen to this? You can worship the Father at all times. And I'd be like, yeah, I feel you,
Right.
but it's Wednesday. But gospel music
Mhm.
is really like just the truth. It's the true music. So that's
Yeah. Can I say
yeah,
something?
yeah, it's your time.
I think it also relates to spreading the gospel as far as the Messiah,
Hmm.
why he came, what he did for humanity. You know what I'm saying? And so being able to put that into words, I believe is that's spreading the gospel. Being able to represent that in your music is truth music, and he is the truth, the way, and the life. So, like what you said, it is truth music. And as far as like listening to it only on one day, I personally feel like that's not the way to go because when it's like when you had said like certain church songs you listen to when you at church, right, or
Right,
whatever. And but the thing is, some of those songs, like somebody who, if that's your lifestyle, like certain gospel songs, worship songs, like I listen to that throughout my week because I be needing to hear, to remind myself of what the Messiah did, so I can stay in that same heart posture of humility. And oh, I can get through this. You know what I'm saying? I can overcome shame because of what he did, right? And that was an
right,
example for us. So I think, when it becomes your lifestyle, right, then you can listen to gospel music, all because you're going to need it. That's what it's really for,
right.
to encourage the body, to strengthen the body, to teach people, to spread the gospel. You're going to need stuff like that to keep you going in these days. So I think once it becomes a lifestyle, you do start to listen to it more than just on a Sunday or a Saturday if you keep the Sabbath, right? So yeah.
Nah, I agree, and that's what. And it's again, I'm not trying to gas you or nothing, but that's what you. And then there's another friend I got from school who do gospel music, and I met. Well, no, they started dropping in like 2020 with their album. It was like they called it a gospel album or whatever. I didn't get to talk to her yet about it, but basically the same thing. It was like,
There we
oh,
go.
this is dope. Like I don't have to. This isn't church music. You know what I'm saying? Like I can listen to this on my play. That's why I said I don't skip
Like
you
traditional.
when I have my joint on
Mhm.
shuffle. I don't skip you because I'm like, oh, this is a dope song. It's a good message. That's all
Yeah.
music really is. But because we are
Right.
conditioned to think about religion or spirituality a certain way, like the way,
Mhm.
like me being raised in the church and like Tut he know more about my family probably than I do. I don't know because he knew my uncle and my dad's brother. But it'd be like we go to church, right? And it's all gospel music. As soon as we get out of church, my dad driving us home, cracking a beer, playing Public Enemy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a whole different swing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So
that's crazy though. Yeah.
mhm. But
Yeah.
I just wanted you to be able to divine yourself real quick and like, instead of
Mhm.
being like put in the box, I don't believe in boxes. So that's why I just wanted you to say
Yeah.
like it don't have no definition. You can't define it. It's an experience, basically. Just
Right.
listen,
Absolutely.
listen and find the truth. That's really what it is.
Yeah, and can I just say one more thing too,
Of
just for
course.
people out there that have that same mindset about gospel music? Like, I think people look at the church and they feel like people in the church are supposed to be perfect. People in the church are supposed to always be like have this certain image, like this. Oh, she doesn't do this or she doesn't do that or she, she's just pure. And it's like I think people really need to understand that your works don't make you pure. Your actions don't make you pure. What makes you righteous is the fact that you believe in the Messiah. And because you believe in the Messiah, that is what begins to change your actions. So
Right.
when you can hear me on the beat and I'm you know what I mean, I'm coming to you in a way like I'll be coming to you on the street. You feel what I'm saying? That's because that's how I grew up or whatever. But I feel like what I'm trying to say, I guess, is like who you know me as today, right? My character, right? It's been transformed, right? Because of what I believe in. My character has been transformed because of what I believe in. But the reason why you get that delivery and you can relate to me is because I've been there where you at. I've been there where, you know what I'm saying, in the streets. I've been selling drugs before. I've been, the one out here fornicating. I've been the one, you know what I'm saying, experiencing people dying and all type of stuff. So that's why I feel like people can relate. And it's not necessarily like I'm not trying to fit into the so-called church image. I'm just being who I
Mm-hmm.
am. And I'm allowing my light to shine. So I think that I just wanted to say that.
No,
Yeah.
I feel that, and it's crazy
Sorry.
that you say
I
that
feel like that was all
because
over the place.
you said that you just changed your life. I'll say, what year?
I would say I started changing. I mean, I really started changing around like I want to say 2018,
Oh, good. Okay,
2017, 2018.
that's
I had
cool.
went through
Oh, go ahead.
I had went through a season of homelessness.
Mm,
And when I went through that, it was a big trial for me because I was like really on the streets, like, and then I was sleeping in my car,
mm.
and through that, I kind of start tapping into like, um, what would you call it? I guess like consciousness, like being more positive
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
like dealing with, yeah, like dealing with stuff, like realizing things about myself. I didn't necessarily, come into the truth of who the Father is, but I was kind of like I was getting there. I was growing in that process, and so that started happening. I became more conscious. I stopped wearing like this is my first time wearing weave in years, probably like 5 years.
Right.
But I stopped wearing weave. I stopped doing the makeup. I started eating better. I went vegan,
Mm-hmm.
right? So all of those things was changing, but it wasn't until I want to say 2019 is when I moved to Atlanta. And I wanted to move out there to get a record deal, but instead, God met me and He started convicting me through His Spirit to read more, to pray, not to fornicate, all
Right.
of these things. And I started reading the Bible. And from there, it was just, it was up. It was up. I was up.
I,
I
I
met
was
the
just
Father
gonna
and it was up.
I was just gonna say
Mm.
because when I met you, you still have that same spirit, but I guess it's because you started back then. Like I met you in like 20, because
Yeah.
you were trying to like, and like when you go back and listen, if you watch it or whatever, you'll see that you were like, oh well, before at this time I was here, but now I'm here. But really, you started back here when I met you, because like, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like yeah, because you, it wasn't even like I said, like it wasn't nothing. I don't want to say weird or whatever, but like you literally had like the love of God when you helped me out with the suit, the ride, asking if I was okay. Like you really had
Mm-hmm.
that like that sincerity.
Yeah.
So
And there wasn't no hidden agendas
yeah,
or
yeah,
nothing.
yeah,
It
yeah.
was just
Nah, it
like,
was
I want to help this brother out. Like, this is a brother. You feel what I'm saying?
right, right. Like
So yeah.
so that's what I was like.
All praises.
I was like, wait, when did? Because I was like, to me, you've been had it, but it was because you've been had it. So
Yeah.
because you said
Yeah.
2017, I met you in 20 like 19, so it was like okay, you was already 2 years in. But
Yeah.
what I was saying earlier, another question because I know you gotta go too. Would you rather be known for a single, like one song, or an album? And the analogy I used was like Joey Badass as an artist. You know, from where I'm at, I'm not whatever, whatever, but he's known for that 1999 mixtape that he did. Or would you rather be like Asher Roth, who's known for I Love College?
I would say It depends on what it's about. Like I think I like what the other sister said. The sister Couture said about the single, like you know what I'm saying. Like people would, especially in this day and age, people will probably listen to a single more. Just coming in contact with you. But I guess I would say an album because I think that where I'm at now, I want to like really share what God has been sharing with me, what my experiences, the wisdom I've gained. I want to put that into my music more and more now. So I would say an album because I believe that my next project and the projects that I put out moving forward, they will be full of what I'm learning because my mindset now is leave something. Even though I feel like we in the last days, like it might not be my generation. Leave something.
Hmm.
When I leave, it's bigger than money. I have to leave something for my kids. I gotta leave wisdom. I have to leave wisdom for the generations after us. Like this is what I learned. This is what it is, right? So I think that yeah, I think an album.
No, I agree. And honestly, I yes, I'm an artist. I'm still an artist. You know what I'm saying? I still do music and stuff. But me doing these podcasts and projects is literally because, again, like I said earlier, there were way more people uh during the time of the Bible than the artists or the authors of the Bible.
Mm,
There was probably someone who lived across the street from Moses, but they don't got a book. You know what I'm saying? And like for me personally, I'm not saying I'm Peter, I'm not John. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I can help tell y'all stories. Cause y'all
mm.
like the love I have for like you, Rap God, Couture, other people, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to help push y'all stories. So like, cause again,
Yeah.
it's the same thing that you said. Like, I don't know if this is the end times. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of feel like it. But there might be a
Yeah.
next generation who might need some guidance. That's what the Bible was basically for the next generation that needed guidance. So that's what,
Hmm.
I don't think I have all the answers. I know I still got stuff going on, but I know if I put things like people together, not just people, because I don't even want it to be like, oh, he's just talking to his friends. It's about artists. Like I want to review Michael Jackson albums and Prince albums, and James Brown. I want to do all
Hmm.
of that, but I want to put it in context for these students. That one student I almost punched him in his face. He wa- he was in sixth grade talking about Drake is only famous because of God's plan. I was like, yo, what? He was like, that's the only reason why he. And I'm not even a Drake fan. I was just like, yo, you not what?
Nah, I don't even listen to worldly music, but Drake, he came in and he been eating it up
Bro,
since. So I mean,
2018. I was
yeah,
like, yo, what? Whose man? Yo, he
yeah.
made me stop the whole lesson. I was like, yo, whose man is this? I'm about to call your mom, bro. I did a whole time. I literally just quit the whole. I bored. I did a whole like the timeline and was like, okay, here's the year two. I was like, when were you born? I said, okay, here's your birth year. This is when Drake started. This is when I did a whole. Man, I was like, nah, look, you're not about to do all that.
Yeah,
You gotta understand,
definitely.
yo. But let me get to these other questions. All right, so we got that. Oh, I feel like you already been saying it, but what's one thing you would want people to know about your artistry that they don't? Like what's when they want to tap in to your music and see what you about, what's
Yeah.
one thing you want them to know? And I feel like you basically said it, but
Yeah, I've been saying it. Really, I just want people to know I can't take none of the glory. Like, you know what I'm saying? I definitely can't take any of the glory. A lot of the times when I'm writing, a lot of the times when I'm making music, I'm like, Abba, please give me the words to speak. I don't know how to articulate myself. I don't know what to say to your people. And now it's like I understand music a little better. So it's like I don't want to lead people wrong either. So I'm constantly asking him to help me So I just feel like people should know I can't take any of the glory. And also people should know the things that I talk about. I've experienced things that allowed me to talk about those things. So I can relate. I'm not just saying you're an overcomer because it sounds good. No, I'm telling you, like, you can overcome. You
Because
feel
you
what I'm saying?
overcame.
You can get through it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just saying that. I've been in experiences where I felt like I couldn't and I did. So I was able to write those songs. So yeah, yeah, I would want
Right.
people to know that. Don't give me the glory. Don't be like, oh, she just whenever you think something good of me, think about God, because that's where it came from.
But also it's relatable because you've been in those places where you felt like, you know what I'm saying? It's authentic.
Yep.
I'm with you with that. Hold on. Okay, yeah, these are probably the last. Yeah, I got 3 questions left. All right, so and
Okay.
then, well, really two, because these are tied together. Oh no, three, because I tied those two together. All right. So, what would you want listeners or fans to know about your path and your artistry and everything? But also, and you kind of been talking about it the whole time. But what would your advice be to an aspiring artist? So, what would you want to tell your fans about the path that got you to where you are? Because some people just think, as you know, oh, a celebrity, oh, so and so been, could do this. They don't
Mm-hmm.
know the work that it took to get there. But also, if someone was trying to be like you, what would you want them to know about the path? Not you personally, but the path to get there. Like, what do you want them to know?
I would say the path to get to where I am today would have to be, if I haven't learned anything, one thing I learned is that God exalts the humble,
Mm,
right? And he resists the proud. And so in all power and authority and influence, it comes from God. Even if it's not, even if they're not doing it, in a way that aligns with God, God allowed it. All power and authority comes from God. That's Romans 14, I believe.
mm,
So that's number one. That if you want any type of influence, any type of power, any type of authority, it's going to come from God, right? And because God resisteth the proud and He exalts the humble, right? It's best to stay in a spirit of humility, right? In truth, in authenticity. So I would say I want people to understand that I've learned and I'm still learning to just be authentic. um don't try to be so influential and have this power and this platform, because you might not be ready for it. You might just fall on your face or lose your soul, right, to benefit from that. It's not that deep, it's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? Like let your path be authentic. You feel what I'm saying?
mm-hmm,
You have to really take this walk with God, period, because God is going to reveal to you areas where, like, you're still a people pleaser. Oh, you still care about what people say about you, right? You're going to fall on your face with a big platform. You're going to conform to this world with a big platform if you still
mm-hmm,
have those things in your heart. So you may desire those things, but take this walk with God. Let Him truly work in you, right, and heal you from the inside out, so that you can be a good steward over this platform. That's the path that I'm learning. I'm learning to just be honest. Don't try to play perfect. I used to try to play
mm-hmm,
perfect. I used to try to play, oh yeah, I don't make mistakes. That will destroy you in the inside, because you have to keep up with that image. And when you fall, it puts you in guilt and shame and depression and all of these things. No, be who you are. Because one thing I learned too is when you be who you are and you got real people around you, they gonna point it out. So you're no longer in deception. You have an opportunity. You can stay in deception or you can grow. You feel what I'm saying? So just
mm-hmm,
be authentic, I would say. Be yourself. When it comes to music, understand that music is not just, for me, I feel like music is not just about expressing and putting out art, especially when you got some type of purpose behind you.
mm-hmm,
Music is important. You are influencing people. You have the ability to shape somebody else's emotions. You have the ability to shape somebody else's actions. If you're going to do music, right, examine what you're putting out. It's certain things I feel like I got right now that's hot, but I would not put it out because I know it's going to provoke people or influence people to go a separate way than what I believe is truth,
Mm.
right? So I feel like be careful too the things that you put out. Don't just do because and when you do things for money or for clout or for platform, you do that. You say, oh, what's popular right now? I'm gonna make a song about that. Oh, what's you know what I'm saying? What's gonna get people riled up? And because music has that influence, it's something called emotional contagion and mirror neurons that we have. And so mirror neurons it sits at the top of our brain. We all have it. So especially you see this in shows, and you mentioned Tupac. You see this how Tupac had the ability to literally shift how people reacted, right? And what people did and things like that. That's music, right? You have the ability to shift, especially at shows when you in person with these people. They can shift how you act, and you got the metal show people. They going crazy in there because of those mirror neurons that they're going off. You're being influenced by what that person is doing. Same thing with music. And
Mm.
when it comes to emotional contagion, your emotions and how you feel, especially when you write a song and when you perform a song, um, it has the ability to transform how that other person feels and
Mm.
what they're feeling. That's why sometimes we can hear a song and we start crying, right? Because we can feel that pain that that person felt when they were singing that song. We can feel those emotions. So music is important. It's when you are an artist, you have an important duty, right? And if you're gonna stand for something, stand for truth and lead people in that way. You know what I'm saying? Lead people up, not backwards, especially if you call yourself, wanting to progress our people. So I know that
Mhm.
was a lot,
Nah, that
but
was deep. Nah, that was I'm
yeah.
glad you got to say all that because that was deep. Like, and I got all right. How much time do you have? Because I'll skip, but I
I
want
got a
to.
little more time. My baby's sleeping now.
All right, let me just say this because you said stop worrying about what people think, stop being a people pleaser, and stop trying to be like perfect about stuff. That's why it took me 2 years to get here. I was like, oh no, it's not perfect. It's not this. And like literally I hit you up like last week or a couple days ago or whatever and was just like, yo, are you down? Is this cool? Like can we just you know what I'm saying? Like and this has been beautiful. I did the same thing with Couture with even though like Rap got my homie, I don't he got he got things going on. I'm pretty sure he's at work right now. He's not home. He's just using some time that he got or he just got off, I forget. But yeah, like
Yeah.
that part. Also, you were saying I'm trying to remember this one part. Oh yeah, with the music thing, just to like to kind of break it down, but also like speak that code. Uh, that's why we're the Levites. You know what I'm saying? To take care of and oversee that music, being the stewards over the music and the message, because it does have a powerful message to people. So I'm definitely with that. I'm gonna skip this one question, but I'm gonna come back to that. But with that being said, everything that you just said, what's the difference for you between a legend, an icon, and someone who's popular? And like, if you don't have to, hold on, you don't have to, but if you want to, say names to make a better picture. You can define it, or you can give examples.
I would just say I think that a legend is somebody who is legendary, somebody who has longevity, somebody who, you know what I mean, has a lot of influence, and has impacted the culture or the people. And I think an icon is somebody who did something iconic.
Mm,
And somebody popular, I feel like it's just somebody popular, somebody riding the wave for right now, or they did something and it's like a trend, right? Which we see a lot of today. Somebody did something popular and that was just that was it. But they didn't have any type of longevity or anything to make it stick, right?
hmm
So I mean, I would just define it that way, and I'm not gonna really do names. Y'all kind of, I was listening to the
Yeah, I was
conversation
about to say, you want to diss
earlier.
a
Y'all
little
kind of
Dirk?
name
We've
names,
been
and I
we've,
wasn't, I
we've been dissing
resonated with that,
we've been dissing little
but
Dirk all second.
yeah. So that's my take on that.
Nah, I
I would
feel
say
it.
that, yeah.
I appreciate it.
Mm.
So then the last question is basically just, what would you hold on. Yeah, yeah. What's your take on like writing or ghostwriting for another artist? and how do you feel like it affects not just an album, but an artist's like career or like their stance? Like nobody cares, and I didn't say this earlier. Nobody cares that Easy E or Dr. Dre had Ice Cube ghostwriting for him, but someone like Drake, or even like I was saying with the J. Cole thing, it's like you look at somebody sideways when you find out, oh, somebody wrote that for you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
how do you feel about that?
Um, Me personally, I don't like despise ghostwriting. I don't let people write for me right now where I'm at, but I think I might like in the future when it comes to singing. Now when it comes to rapping, I don't know if I can let nobody touch that just for right now where I'm at. But when it comes to like singing, I think in the future I might be open to that. But I don't like I said, I'm not against ghostwriting. It's just not something that I do. Um, I'm not against it though.
Would you do it for
And I guess
somebody?
I would. I would. I love music. I love writing. I definitely would. And I actually know people who can sing. They
Mm-hmm.
can sing and they're passionate about it, but they don't write.
See?
They just don't write. So I think, yeah, I think it has its purpose. I think there's people who are good songwriters, but they don't sing or they don't
Right.
rap. So I think it definitely has its place. I've once looked at it as like ain't nobody
Right.
writing for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's corny or that's not, being creative. But I don't look at it like that anymore because I feel like everybody has this place. Everybody has their place. There are songwriters who don't sing, and where's those
Mm-hmm.
songs gonna go, right?
Right.
So yeah,
Because
that's how I look
can't
at it. And I
I can't
guess
sing, but I might be able to write a song. That don't mean it just gotta go in the trash.
yeah,
Somebody might be able to use it.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, and I would rather go to an artist rather than a robot, like
That's
the
it.
AI stuff.
Yep. Oh man, yeah, you
Just saying.
definitely coming
I'm
back. We're
just
gonna talk
saying.
about this AI. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
but that's all my questions. Um
Okay.
and to bring it back, I'll say because I know Couture didn't have enough time, but that's what so like I said, I wanted y'all to keep me honest and like even like I was saying with her, with you, with Rap God, y'all y'all basically keep me honest and like center me in the sense of it's not about me. Cause like even when I do my solo episodes, I'm representing you. You're my friend. Rap God's my friend. Couture's my friend. There's more people that I invited. They weren't able to make it this week. And I'm gonna keep doing these to let y'all know, well, to let people know that it's not just me. We
because
all
they not your friend.
he just all y'all. Look, now I'm gonna text him when I put this out.
One bar.
Now, now I'm gonna text him and be like, "Yo, my man dissed you. You gotta watch the whole video to find out where." But, but yeah, because it's not just me. Like how people be on the internet, they just be saying whatever they feel like is right. Like I'm an artist, and just because like I'm not famous or whatever, it's not that like I'm just making stuff up. It's that I know how it is, and I talk to people. I got a network of artists and people who do things, and they feel the same way. We're all on the same page with this, even if we might not have the same perspective. That's why I asked about the single versus the album, and like I didn't say anything one way or another. I understand both sides. Um, Obviously, you probably know my opinion with this being about albums, but it's important to have that generational song and everything like that. But and even honestly, you kind of can't really tell because if you have an album, because my whole theme on this podcast is going to be to get people interactive. Is like if we have the spaceship, if we're gonna do the Voyager this today, I want people to be like, oh, when I introduce these songs in these albums, I want to have them vote on what songs are going to be in the 2026, 7, 8, 30. What would y'all put on there? You know what I'm saying? Like if there's 20 slots, we don't even need the sounds of the earth and the greetings in different languages. What 20 songs are we going to be putting on before we blast this rocket off? Because this isn't for me. Like I said, like and I don't want to sound like that, like I was about to give up. But just like Couture was saying with her Emotional Wreck Project, it was like she heard people in a low place. I was in a different place, and I was like, well, if I don't get to where I want to be, I want to show love to the people that I care about.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So this is where I was like, oh, I could talk about albums and drop my knowledge and my experience, and then I want to shout out my people that I actually know. You know what I'm saying? So it was like that's where all this
Yeah.
came from. So
Yeah. Thank you,
yeah, no,
honestly, for the platform.
I
I appreciate it.
I just thank you for being in my life. It's just weird. Like it's I don't want to say weird, but it's God. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like,
Yeah.
but that's the power and like I feel like that's the power of music and like just spirit and purpose. Like nobody told us to be at that thrift store in Dover that day at that time. Like I was working overnight. I should have been asleep. Like I really should have. But like I was like, I gotta go do this. Da, 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 da. Like, and I don't know what you was doing there.
I don't know either.
I was-
You're probably looking for something to wear. I
yeah,
don't.
but I don't know what your day, what you was like. I don't know. It just happened,
Hmm.
and then you was like, "Oh, I do
Yeah.
music. I do." And I was like, "Oh, you do music? That's dope. Me too." Like
Yep.
so that was really it. So I just
Hmm.
appreciate that, and I want to, as like a statement for the next generation. Now that I'm in this teacher position, where it's like an educator, I'll say, where it's like I can speak to those, like, you know, are you're back in Delaware? Or are you in Atlanta still?
Hmm. I'm back in Delaware.
Okay, yeah. So you're in Delaware, but I got students in New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Like who not going to hear you in Delaware,
Hmm.
so I can tell your story there. You know what I'm saying? I can tell your story when I move back to PA, or if I go to Virginia, or like I got a homie in LA. When I go over there, like I can help that.
Yeah.
So that's what
Yeah.
this is about for
Thank
me.
you.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, no doubt. Like it's not even if
Yeah.
you did I send you that? No, I didn't send you. I'll send you the video that I made 2 years ago, almost to
Hmm.
the day, where I said like, if I know you and you're my friend, I already got you with this because I care. So
Yeah.
that's what this is about. Like Rap God, I know he's having connection issues right now.
It's just going in and out, in and out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But but yeah, like, and he's one of my best friends. Like honestly, like, but even him, like our homies in our group. Uh, I got a homie out here where I'm at in Jersey. I want to push his music and like, it's not about me. It's not even about me promoting my friends. It's just like good music and
Hmm.
the intellectual ability to like decipher it. Because people be like if you look up, Miles. I'm gonna keep saying his name because he ain't gonna diss me. But if you look up, Miles, you'll understand. Like these are the people I'm trying to fight against from my students because it's nonsense. He literally makes nonsense music, and
Hmm.
he's good at it. I'm not gonna lie. If you think of the craziest thing you could ever think of in your head, I bet you it's crazier and it's more like kid friendly, I guess, quote unquote. Like it's complete nonsense. But no, I really appreciate you being here and just taking time out your day. I wanted to do 30 minutes. We had 2 hours. I appreciate
It's
you being
like
here.
2 hours,
I'm,
yeah.
this is what I be
But
doing.
I enjoy it.
I
I
appreciate
enjoy being able to share my perspectives on some things and get the story out. Like I haven't done a lot of interviews and stuff, so that's why I keep saying thank you for the opportunity and the platform because it is giving me an opportunity to show people more of who I am and answer those questions that the people might have. So that's why I really appreciate what you're doing, and I hope you continue.
I will, and I appreciate like I said, my homie and shout out to Dawn. She I'm telling you, I forget what she posted. It was like something. but she posted one of your songs as like the background for like her reel or like her post.
Mhm.
And I wrote a paragraph. Yo, you know her. That's my homie. And I was like, man, I ain't talked to Dawn in like, Dawn, right, Tut? Dawn Divine? You know Mark? I think you're on mute or we can't hear you, but you said yeah. I can't hear you. They, they hating on him. Just nod your head if you know Dawn and Mark. Yes. She posted the John. I made a paragraph and I was like, all right, how can I make this smaller to be like, yeah, I know her. And then I got to like the third or
Yeah.
fourth draft and I was like, why are you being so egocentric, nigga? Like, just chill. I was just like, what? And I just loved it. I was like, I know her. I don't gotta prove to nobody.
Yep. Yep.
But
Yep.
it's like, her hearing that one song, she might think like, I don't know, because it was one of your recent songs. But
Was it?
yeah, it was it was within the last 6 months because this is fresh in my
Mm.
mind. I could be a nerd and I can go find it, but I was even with that, I
You
was gonna,
good?
but yeah, no, that's too much. But I was just like, I was so proud to be like kind of like if you hear somebody bumping your phone, that's how I felt. I was
Mhm.
like, yo, I know her. I, I was like,
Yep.
but I was like, you know what? Calm down, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I was like,
Yep.
whatever. But like, this is what this is for because, like, the way I feel like the way I look at someone like Nas or J. Cole or Kendrick, I don't know them, but somebody knows them,
Mhm.
and somebody went to
Yeah.
school with them. You know what I'm saying? So somebody might be like, oh, well, that person's a genuine person. The same way I feel about you is the same way somebody will feel about Kendrick or Cole or Nas. Like,
Mhm.
and if they never got, and I'm not saying you're not going to be famous or whatever, but if they were not where they should be in their, like, in my opinion, I want to make sure you get there. And I'm not saying I'm not going to get there, but at the same time, it's like I want to show people what you got or what Tuck got
Thank you.
or what Couture. Yeah, no, like, and like I said, I'm just a
Mhm.
fan of the music. Like, I'm just a fan of the, like with you specifically. That's why I specifically wanted you to be on because like you have a you're not a rapper. Well, you are, but like your genre, it's not like Tut, as you can tell. He's more street. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Mhm.
Couture, she had like a Philly hip hop, and she got a different perspective. I wanted to bring people with different. I didn't want it to be like all rappers who rap about one thing. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like I want it to be different people with different
Mhm.
perspectives, and just because it's about for me, like this podcast is about music. I want to cover country. I want to cover old school. Like I got like this record collection I got over here. I got that from my dad and my grandpa. Well, both of my grandpa. This right here is the Isley Brothers. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna cover that. I'm
Mhm.
gonna do hold up. My bad. But anyway, like this right here, these are the for episode one. I'm gonna break down both of these because obviously this is Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City. But this is a mixtape I got from a nigga in Philly.
Mm.
But at the same time, both of these people were 25 when they made these albums, and they had two different
Mm.
trajectories, but they were both talking about their lives. Like
Mm.
when you analyze them, it's the same project. It's just from somebody from Philly, somebody from Compton, and then the trajectory or whatever,
Mhm.
but like in the production but like
Yeah.
it's the same story. And like I just want people to
Mm.
that's all I want. So
That's dope.
yeah.
That's dope. That's a dope perspective, especially in 2025 and in this generation.
Exactly.
Like bringing that back. You know what I'm saying? Where people
Hmm.
are watching interviews and getting to know who they listening to and where they coming from. I really like that. I really like that. So thank you for this platform. I
Thank you
appreciate
for
it.
being here because like honestly, like I said,
Mhm.
if I didn't meet people like you, Couture Tut, Like I'll say my man Pep Easy, my man Sims, A Star. Like there's so many people I could talk about that I want to talk about that I will. This is kind of the point, but I also want to do like Nas, J. Cole, Kendrick. I want to do E40, the Isley Brothers. There's a dude. I got his vinyl record. Hold up, cause Tuck trying to get back in, and it's not letting me bring him back. I've been like hitting accept this whole time. Getting weird. But there's this dude that my grandpa when I first got my first record player. Um, his name's Jimmy Smith. He's from my hometown. He got a whole jazz vinyl album, like from back in the day. He's a jazz legend, or I'll say a jazz icon. I'm not gonna say legend because not
I
everybody
love
knows.
that.
Yeah, he's a jazz icon. Jimmy Smith, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. It's a well known jazz album. He's from my hometown. I had no idea.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I got it right here. But that's the stuff I want to share because again, like how they say with the Bible, it's the basic instructions before leaving Earth. If we had to do something different or like add on to it, what would you do? You know what I'm saying? Like we love music so much. What music would help guide the next generation? You know what I'm saying? The Bible helped you, me, so many other people, and it was hundreds, maybe 1,000 years ago, depending on 1 or 2 thousand years
I would
ago.
say thousands of years
Yeah,
ago.
I ain't wanna gas it, but yeah, it's about that time.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
BC is basically before Christ, and it's 2,000 years ago there. But like yeah, like 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Like that's yeah.
Even
If you was
before
going
that, you got the Old Testament, the Torah. So
right, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So it's yeah, thousands like you're talking about. So and it even talks about the beginning of creation. So that might
right,
be hundreds of thousands,
right.
millions, however far you want to. We was just talking about that today. Me and my fiance about how old the Earth is and like, cause I'm scientific with it. Where it's like I was telling her how sharks were on Earth before Saturn had rings.
Mm.
That's how old things are. And she was like, "Well, how if uh the creation story?" And I was like, she was saying she thought they would be before humans like us. But I was like, but the day before, if you read the Bible, God made animals and fish before He made man.
Mhm.
So how much time
Mhm.
was really that in between? You know what I'm saying? Like we was here
Mhm.
after the animals and the fish, and He created us, but that time frame, long time ago.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
so my thing is, if we're gonna be here to help the next generation, what would you say if you had to? And I'm sure nobody told Ruth she was gonna have a chapter in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody was
Yeah.
like, yo, nobody told
Yeah.
Moses like, yo, Moses, look,
Mhm.
it's on you, bro. You gotta write it down.
Yeah.
But if you could
I
have
think that goes back to. Oh, sorry. Go
oh
ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I think that goes back to what I was kind of saying earlier, like live, experience, be honest about where you are, and grow. Like don't live in deception. Like you need to
Hmm.
grow, so acknowledge where you need to grow at, and deal with that. You know what I'm saying? And just live and let the Father orchestrate what He what I mean is gonna orchestrate. So yeah.
Nah, I agree. But what I was
But
about to
yeah,
say,
thank you.
hold on. Nah, I appreciate you for being here. What I was about to say is that's what I want. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, nobody told them this is what they gonna do. I just wanted them, like, even if you go to the Gospels, they just wrote it. They was like, okay, this is what happened from my perspective. I'm gonna be your pen and your paper so you can tell the story.
Mhm.
That's really it. Like that's all I want to be. So
Yeah.
yeah, I appreciate you. Um, if you want, you can slide. I'm gonna talk to Rap God about these questions. I don't know if you want to stay, chime in, listen. Because I know you got things.
Yeah, I actually have to go. I would have loved to, but I actually have to go. Hopefully, if you upload this,
Oh,
I can watch it
I
back.
will.
Um, and see that. But it was so nice meeting you, brother rap guy, and it was nice meeting the other sister Couture. And thank you so much, Carl,
it's nice meeting you too.
for the platform. I really appreciate it.
I got y'all. I'm gonna connect everybody, send y'all the stuff. So got
Yeah,
you.
definitely. I'm on Instagram. I'm on all platforms. YONEIGH. You can find me.
Got you.
All
All
right.
right. I'm gonna
See
talk to
y'all.
you later.
I will.
All right, God. Let's go through this real quick. Is you good?
The
Huh?
hell is up with this delay?
It's delayed. I don't know why it's
Can you hear
delayed.
the? Can you hear me in real time, or is this delay affecting
This
anything?
is like a it feels like a dub.
And
Yo.
now I'm reconnecting.
Oh no, he went away. I'm gonna have to hit him up later.
Nothing I could say